Hello, welcome. I see Michal, Kevin, Brett, and Krez here in our episode 9 of the BSV Explain Like I'm 5 Twitter Spaces. And here we have a very exciting leading edge topic that's sports in blockchain. And I'm thrilled to meet with you here, Mike, and also Robert Rice, the superstar, will be joining us shortly. So, welcome. Is it Michal? How do we say your name properly? Yes, I see Michal is from Poland and a co founder of Zetly. And this is an exciting topic of sports in the blockchain. Now, many of us are well aware of virtual worlds, and we can think of famous movies like Star Wars, when the Jedi Council is meeting together in a hologram conference. And we've all seen Tron or The Matrix, and even the Oasis that was in Ready Player One. And these are the first few images that we have of this whole new world of marketing and interaction in virtual worlds. So I'm very excited that we can gather from all around the world. Shout out to Krez in the Philippines, Michal in Poland, Brett way up in the Colorado mountains, and myself here in Marietta, Georgia. So we gather today to discuss this topic. And I'd love to welcome Mike or Michal and Brett together here. And just tell me, what do you think so far of the topic?
Do you guys hear me?
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you now. Can you hear
Yeah, yeah,
me?
yeah. I do. So how
Ah,
I never
yay, nice
it's
to
my
meet
I'm
you.
sorry about it, but it's my first time on the Twitter space. I never did it before. So yeah, the new technologies surprise us.
Yeah.
I mean, as always. How do I recognize the blockchain for the sport industry? As a founder of the Ultimate Fan Engagement platform, I recognize as a huge opportunity to diversify the all finances in the club's budgets, federations. There are new possibilities to generate the new revenue streams, and because the times are rapidly changing, the next coming, I will say, generations, they have different behaviors, they have different expectations. So I do see that the new technologies, when you're talking about the digital assets, digital twins, NFTs, fan tokens, etc., I think that they are very, very best.
Yes, it's a whole new
Yeah,
world
to,
to say.
to,
And you mentioned the word digital twin. So this episode is Explain Like I'm 5. So, Michael, could you please explain what is a digital twin in simple terms?
in simple terms, it's creating the physical objects and implementing them in the virtual world. But with combined, I mean, mixing VR and AR with the geolocalization all together. This is like how you can explain our technology, because different the digital twin has a different solutions. You can, I mean, build them to analyze performance of the athletes, to, I mean, avoid the injuries, or to cut efficiency, I mean, energy spending, I mean, costs. But our digital twin technology is mostly keep focus for a monetization and fun experience. We are talking about putting the real stadiums, scan them, and put them to the virtual world with the fully photorealistic, expectation and environment. So this is how it goes.
Oh, fantastic. So here in Atlanta, Georgia, we have the Mercedes Benz amphitheater, and they have the Atlanta soccer team will play there, and they'll also host concerts of Taylor Swift. And other famous stars. So, how would Zetly have a digital twin in a space like that? How would that be used by fans that are present at the game as well as those that may be at home watching on TV?
Okay, so our platform is designated to increase the fan engagement, to bring the fans experience to unknown levels so far with using the digital assets. But when you're talking about the digital twin, you can create, I will say, and you can create unlimited possibilities to simply, put the fun experience to unknown level by exchanging virtual object for physical items, by creating fun engagement by organizing some kind of city games or the go localization games like the Pokemon Go through the digital assets. So this is how it goes. When we're talking about the digital twin, which is a perform and provide by a Transmira technology, we are some kind of supplier on the fun engagement to their solution. So that's why we I will say create the strategic partnership with Transmira, because they provide technology, they build the objects in the virtual world, and we as a Zetly, as a fan engagement platform, we provide the unique tools to increase the fan engagement.
That's super cool. I know that from having attended many Braves games, the Atlanta Braves baseball team, there would be moments where people, mascots, would throw t shirts into the audience, or they would have a kind of special game that you would play and it would show on the billboard who was the winning ticket. And then the person in that seat would win a prize. So I imagine then that the types of engagement you're offering would be to have your phone in the augmented reality be able to scoop up some coupons or tickets and maybe get a free hot dog from the hot dog vendor. Or if you're in Australia, you could get a free meat pie at the rugby match. Is it things like this that
I will say,
people and
yeah,
fans can do?
I will say that even deeper. Let's imagine that we all together right now on the holidays in Bali, and we are just opening our telephones, and through the augmented reality, through the digital twin, the technology, we are sending our avatar to the live game in Atlanta. So that avatar can interact and be, let's say, with the fully contact with the physical people who are going to be on that stadium. So this is, I will say, uh, unknown experience so far. We are not talking about just using the technology for exchanging digital objects, rewards for physical ones, but we are talking about the full photorealistic, let's say, uh, deja vu in the digital twin.
Outstanding. So that brings us to a whole new level of multitasking. We could be dancing to the gamelan in Bali, meanwhile, keeping up with the sports match going on in our home city
Of
with our
course,
digital
of
twin.
course, it's a
Wow.
it's a huge opportunity for the clubs, because let's say, like in the, like you playing blackjack, when the two aces show up, you always split aces, and then you can make a double down. So it's same thing happens in the digital twin. Imagine that the sports clubs can at least double down their income by selling virtual seats, by selling virtual tickets. So it's not just, we are not talking that the event is just limited to the capacity of the stadium, because at the same time the same event can be watched and can be, let's say, participate, I don't know, hundreds of thousand avatars at the same time.
That's wonderful. I know my father is a Cleveland Browns fan, and he would love to watch the Cleveland Browns in Atlanta, but due to some kind of networking reason, those aren't available. So instead, he could potentially buy a digital twin ticket to attend the game wherever they play, and then from his phone or from a tablet, be able to be there virtually. Is that right?
Yes, it is, and we cut the limits, because lots of people, they don't afford, to buy the flight tickets and flying over, I don't know, from USA to Manchester United game. because these costs are, I mean, traveling and the hospitality costs are so expensive. So for less amount of money, just for an entrance digital ticket, you can be the participant in the same event with, in my opinion, fully photorealistic, uh, I will say, expectations and
Hmm.
emotions, because you will feel like you be on that game live, believe me.
And would you need to be wearing a headset with the goggles or the glasses to have that fully immersive experience?
Yes, the glasses and the AR, VR. Like I said, that this technology is like blended VR and AR mixed together. So you will need the glasses, of course. But as for the beginning, I think that the telephone simply will be enough. I mean,
Hmm.
to be the participant in that kind of, I mean, a digital event.
Right. And how did you get involved in this universe?
Oh, unfortunately, it's all of because of the pandemic. 4 years ago, my other business, which, because I'm running one of the biggest event agency here in the south part of Poland, we lost almost 98% of whole turnover. So friends of mine called me, Mike, let's do something with the new technologies, and I start just dive deeper into blockchain, into Bitcoin, and because of kind of designer, fighter, and Viking, I just simply create an idea to, let's say, to help the sports. I used to be basketball referee, I used to be the basketball player. I know what the fans needs, I know what the problems, the daily problems of the clubs and federations. So I realized that the digital assets, they simply, let's say, win-win for everybody. And that way we designed the whole idea, the business model of the Zetly platform, and right now we are starting to develop it to the market. We are in the full swing of MVP development, so probably the platform will go live this summer with the first, I mean, NFTs collections and very nice features which are going to be, I mean, developed with the platform as well.
Congratulations. That's a lot of progress in just 4 years. And can you give us any insight into how this is rolling out or who it's rolling out with first?
What do you mean? If you can just describe your question
Yes,
better.
exactly. Where will this be applied? Is there a certain football club?
No, actually,
Uh,
our platform is designed for all kind of disciplines. We are not talking about the major sports brands, because I recognize myself that I will say the unique the unique goals of the platforms are not the major brands, but the fans. The fans are providing the volume, the liquidity volume, the buying volume of the all transactions happening on the platform. So once you create the secondary market, when you explain the clubs how to, let's say, to jump into Web3 technology, within building and preparing the full strategy, the communication and marketing, etc., then you can build it, that kind of environment, anywhere. To be honest, sports fans are anywhere. We are not just talking about the NBA, NFL, or the Premier League in UK from the soccer major, I mean, sports brands. The fans are everywhere. Same like in Poland, Romania, Asia, the hundreds of thousand fans. Each country usually have a millions of fans. So whenever we are talking about mass adoptions to the blockchain technology, and we know that it's happening behind the scenes, it's just a matter of time when we are going to be presented to the CDBC and probably the quantum finance system in the future. So everybody will have a wallet, even the regular people who are, in the morning going on the bus, catching the bus, going to work. Everybody will have the digital wallet sooner or later. So I think that it's going to be, like I said, the Zetly for everybody, for all disciplines, not just for the major brands. We are keep focus for all disciplines, all countries. But our main focus as a starting point is to build very strong structures here in the CE region, because we are naturally based and coming from Poland. We have a lot of, I mean, a sports contract already here. So our go-to-market strategy starts from Poland, going for the neighbor countries, Czech, Slovakia, DACH region, and later on to the worldwide.
Thank you. And I see that you have that visionary mindset. You're already looking to the future where everyone everywhere would have the digital wallet and be enabled with the digital twin technology to let them have fun in different virtual worlds or in the real world. So, in the news, I saw that you have a new partnership, Zetly.io and the Johann Cruyff Institute will be putting together a podcast. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Our I will say engagement friendship starts over almost a year ago when I was speaking on World Football Summit in Sevilla, and later on in Durban. We just met each other and we realized that the clubs are having right now very lack of knowledge and education. And Johan Cruyff, and everybody knows in the football industry, this is the biggest, let's say, educational institution in the football industry. The major clients are FC Barcelona, Sevilla, Ajax Amsterdam, all the major, the soccer clubs. So we decided to organize just free podcasts with the webinars when we are explaining all the technology, or we dive deep into data analytic, how to build the business model, how to prepare the fun engagement strategy, etc. So we already passed 3 webinars. The last one happened yesterday. First 2 are already available on the YouTube, so probably the third one will be available on the YouTube shortly, and the fourth one is coming in next 2 weeks. There will be 6 of them. We partner with BSV blockchain because first two uh, first 2 webinars, they've been mostly about the technology. The last 3,
Mhm.
which are already happening right now, they will be mostly about the fun engagement, marketing terms, tactics, strategies, etc. So I do happy with the partnerships because we are reaching right now thousands of decision makers in the football industry. So probably our brand will be very, a strong recognized on the market when we will come with our platform. So it will be much more easy to get a new sports acquisition and getting new partners to do our platform. So I'm very happy about this partnership. And
Bravo.
thanks for support from the BSV, of course, because without them, we could not produce this webinar, since the first 2 was about the technology. So we are very happy about this partnership, and our platform, which I announced 2 years ago in Dubai, will be built on the BSV blockchain. So it's another win-win for everybody.
Certainly. And you mentioned blockchain and BSV blockchain. So perhaps we can welcome Kevin Healy. He is an instructor with the BSV Academy,
Oh, there is,
and he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
collaborating with you,
That,
right,
yeah,
on
there
the
is.
webinars?
Yes, exactly. Kevin was the host of first 3 webinars. So I think, Kevin, you can give to our listeners right now just a little bit script, or just kind of follow up what's been happening on the first 3 webinars, since you be the main host. So please go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, so the first webinar, we were just talking about the basics of the blockchain, and we were talking about the difference between Web 2 and Web 3. And we gave some examples of use cases. So yeah, like the first 3 webinars was just basically kind of giving an introduction to the BSV blockchain and blockchains in general. And then the next 3 will be all about Zetly. So yeah, if you guys have a question, I'll answer it. But yeah, it's been a fun experience so far, and my work is done now, so I'm going to relax and let the Zetly team take over. So I'm happy with what we did. I think in the second and third webinars, maybe we got a little bit too technical, but hopefully not. The first one, I think, is a good introduction, not just for the football teams, but for anybody who wants to learn about the BSV blockchain. So definitely check it out.
Thank you. And where do we check this out at? How can we find these webinars?
It's on YouTube. I can. Cress has the links.
Okay, I'll do a
Yeah,
search. Yeah, because that's great to share with the audience as well, so that
for
we can
sure.
all listen and learn. And then, if you could please, Kevin, explain, like I'm 5, how the blockchain is at all relevant to what Zetly is doing.
Well, in the same way that the internet sort of touches every industry. I mean, you can't think of a business now that doesn't in some way use the internet, whether it's email or whether it's having their website or social media or whatever. The blockchain is really a similar thing. So you guys can still hear me, right? I haven't used this and I made a little bleep noise.
Yes, we can hear you. I
Okay,
know
good.
it can be awkward sometimes on Spaces. It's
Yeah,
like a
I
good
just
group phone call.
I just heard like a beep and I'm like, oop, okay. But anyways, yeah, so in the same way that the internet touches every industry, the blockchain really touches every industry too. So um, you know, football industry, no question. And there's a lot of things with where we could actually use NFTs in a useful way instead of just selling these, really expensive artwork and stuff. But you could actually have sport tickets. And I think one of the most engaging ideas we talked about was the ability to have fan tokens and have them engage with what's going on. That's all in the webinar if you want to check it out. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of use cases for using the blockchain in the football industry in the same way that there's for any industry, really. So it's just cool to apply it very specifically to the sports industry. And so, yeah.
Super cool. I see it now, and it is on the YouTube channel of Johann Cruyff Institute. So I've shared it out on X, and anyone listening can just subscribe to the Johann Cruyff Institute channel for more. And Kevin, tell us, how are you interested in sports in your personal life? Do you play sports? Is this meaningful to you? How do you find yourself here in this role at the nexus of sports and blockchain?
Well, it's funny because I've actually, so long story, but years ago I had to drop out of school for many reasons. But then I'm finishing my degree now, 10 years later, but I'm taking a sports marketing class, and our teacher, um, he like worked with Tiger Woods with collectibles and trading cards, and it's pretty cool. So I'm getting a crash course in all sorts of things related to sports. And so I was taking that class, and then I got the invitation from Evan, who also works at the BSV Association, if I wanted to do this. I'm like, why not? So yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest sport person, but I see the value in it, and I see the value in what it adds to cities and sense of community and all sorts of stuff. So I'm all for it.
Thank you. Yes, and I wonder, people that hear about blockchain, they might not understand it, of course. So that's why we have this moment where we do explain like I'm five. So, what are some, Michal and Kevin and Brett as well? What are some examples of where blockchain is utilized, or what is it doing in these new types of business models, such as Zetly?
Well, I think in the same way, you have like reward tokens in lots of industries, but let's say the supermarket or whatever, where if you shop there, then maybe you'll get some sort of rewards. You could kind of abstract that to then think about it in terms of sports, right? So if how do we engage the fans within the sports, and can we give them tokens that then give them certain access, um, and not only you know make the experience better for them, but also generate new revenue streams for the football clubs. So
Thank
yeah,
you. Yes.
yeah, if there's any other ideas, we can go for it.
Yeah, we can all brainstorm too. Now, Michal, did you say that this is a win-win even for the clubs? So could you explain how is that beneficial to club owners?
Okay, from the financial perspective, like Kevin said, the clubs are able to generate the new lots of revenue streams, which are provided by the platforms like ours. Let's say every model which is designed to create different way of the fan engagement, each module, not just because of selling on the primary market where you are getting, the income from these sell items, but you participate in the all transaction fees happening on the blockchain. You can put to the smart contract through the blockchain the royalties. So whenever that kind of digital assets will change the owner, I know in years the club will have an income from this side. As another point of view, when we're talking about the fun engagements, they are simply the blockchain provides the tools to analyze the data. And I know, and this is my belief, that data is the future of gold. This is our gold in future. So let's say a couple years ago when the Spotify came with the big a sponsor contract to the FC Barcelona asked them for 100 of millions. When they checked the data, so the valuation of contract went down up to only 3 millions. So it gives me information, it gives me a clue that the data is the gold, and blockchains provide a unique opportunity to analyze the data. It means that you can target your audience, you can target your fans, and you can select your product to direct, I will say, group of people. So this is the huge opportunity that whenever you know the data, you know your customers, and blockchains simply provides that.
I'd also say, if you look at the sports industry, there's all sorts of things, whether it's collectibles, not just the trading cards, which is a huge industry in and of itself, but the authenticated jerseys that you might buy at the stadium that have that little seal on it that it's approved by,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
United States. Yeah.
The memorabilia, the digital memorabilia, is a huge market. Everybody knows that the people in US are collecting the baseball cards, etc. So the blockchain right now gives, I will say, the opportunity to have a piece of digital, to become your, let's say you are becoming the digital owner, not just from the club, but you can become the digital owner and be part of even the card of the card of the whole card, on just simply through the NFT gating. Like the Kevin says, you can get access. So whenever you're buying the cards because you are a collector, you like these players because they provide some kind of unique legendary value behind it. With using the blockchain, you can add as many utilities as you want. So that way you are providing to the customers, to the fans, the new way of experience. And I think that the big brands, they're already searching for it. They're already building the virtual stores. They're already using the NFTs protocols and the cards, stuff like that, just to prepare the unique content. Because everybody would love to be in the VIP room. So same way like the fans. The fans wants to have something unique. Let's say if I will have a kid, I don't have a kid, but if my local football team will play, I will do anything for my kiddo to give, so he can get enter the locker room after the game and give the five. So let's imagine that you can put that kind of utility behind the card. So that way you are let's say increasing your revenue streams by providing the by providing a lot of new digital assets which are going to be bought by the fans. But this is the way to engage the fans and come to the live game. So like I said, this is like in the blackjack. It's a double down.
Yes, that's super exciting for all the Uber fans. You can have this next generation ability to connect and show your enthusiasm for that player or for that particular team. And you mentioned earlier, Michal, about the ability for royalties to flow all along the process. So I understand that maybe the initial NFT of the digital twin of the trading card or the jersey, it could have a royalty function built within the smart contract of it that would then send proceeds all along the trading life of that digital product to go back to the original creator of the
Exactly,
item.
exactly, and it happens through the technology. So you don't need any third party. Let's say the bookkeepers who are making wires because of some kind of contracts which gives gives the rights to have the royalties. It's everything is happening through the blockchain. So, like you said, the primary owner who released the NFT, the card, he can have an income lifetime.
Wow.
It
That's
could
a whole
also
new
be
world.
used,
Yes.
yeah, and it could also be used for the ticketing, because let's say that you have scalpers, right, that will buy up the tickets and then
Mhm.
resell them at a huge price. But you could actually have it so that, the issuer of the tickets can let the scalpers do their thing, but they get a portion of the resale. So it could help with scalping and price discovery for what is the actual value of the ticket.
And
Mm,
prevent the ticket frauds. The blockchain prevent the ticket
right.
frauds.
Yes, an incentive against that fraud, because you would want to have the real one and be able to get in and then track your earnings. Now, another exciting area that you mentioned was the data driven insights. So, is that something to do with players minimizing risk of injury or of improving their efficiency at the game
Yes,
due to
yes.
the data?
Some kind of a digital twin technology with using AI. They can analyze the movement on the fields. They can analyze how the players move to optimize the game tactics, and as well to afford, let's say, to avoid the injuries in the future. So, like I said, the digital twin has different lot of solutions, and one of them it's keep focus on the players, on the injuries, or how to optimize the tactics so the players can play better.
That's very useful. And that's the exciting opportunity of the Bitcoin blockchain, is that there are so many use cases. It just keeps expanding and growing. And we can use this for fun and we can use this for fitness too. So you mentioned AI, and AI is the latest hit buzzword of the day, and it's a wonderful opportunity as well. So, Kevin and Michal, can you tell us a bit about how you think that the AI would be benefited by blockchain?
Sure. I mean, I think, with AI, there's a lot of things that kind of portrays it as this like intelligent being. The reality is it's the better way of looking at it, I think, is that it's a really, really good search engine. And it's a search engine that understands our natural language processing in the same way that Siri or whatever can. So it could read through a bunch of data and it could spit that data back out in human readable format instead of having to go dig through web pages to find your answer. It kind of does that work for you. So when you start to understand that it's not this intelligent being, it's just a really good search engine, and all of its data that it's sourcing is from people that have created that content and posted it on their website or whatever, then if we want AI to be fair, I think that one of the things you want to start doing is compensating for the people that are providing the content that the AI is using. Okay, because you have to train the AI on a certain set of data, and right now it's just scraping the whole internet basically. But in the future, if there's specialized domains of knowledge that there's not a lot of information about on the internet, and AI can't answer those questions because it doesn't have the access to it. But if people could get paid for their content, I think that's a huge way the blockchain could fit in. And then also the traceability in terms of what data is being sourced. It's kind of like when you write a research paper and then at the bottom you have the works cited or your references where you have all the different, you know, um, sources of your inspiration or the quotes that you've done. So I think using the blockchain to sort of trace through the AI algorithm and see which data is being used for its answer is always the AI can tie in.
Thank you. I'm so curious about that. Always. Yes. And Michal, what were you bringing up with that?
I think that the AI, from my perspective, because I'm mostly dealing in the just in the sport industry, will help to automate the whole communication and the fan engagement process. Because right now, the lack, I mean, and not just in the major clubs, because they have sufficient funds to have a huge structures in the marketing departments, but there's a huge opportunity for the smaller, let's say, the brands, the federations in the smaller, let's say, countries, when they will implement the AI, the whole communication process, the whole way how they can engage the fans can be simply automated. Right now we know that there are lots of, you have to have a team which is simply produce the content for your social media, when you have to press the button, share everything, through your different social channels. When you implemented the AI, and this is what we are working on with the Zetly, if you implemented AI to, let's say, the CRM a panel, which is operate by the clubs, you can simply automate the process. So it means that you can costs the your expenses for salary. From the other side, of course, it's a bad thing, because many people can lose their jobs, and they want to work for the clubs because they belong the clubs. But from, let's say, the decision makers, the people who put the money to run the clubs, it's a huge opportunity, because you can automate the whole process of fan engagement by AI on different levels, starting from a not just from the fan engagement, but starting simply through manage the arena, when you can optimize the sufficient energy costs. You can analyze the mass behavior, so you can prevent any kind of collisions. Anything could, whatever it's happening on the big mass games. So simply the AI can be
Right.
some kind of let's say, your ghosts, who thinks instead of you, and thinks much farther than you are. In real time, when you manage the mass event, where I don't know, 50 or 100,000 people on, what it is like on the NFL, or on the NFL games in the stadium in the US. So AI can be some kind of your best friend, to put the safety of that kind of events on the much higher level, and the same way you can put the fun engagement with the automated process. This is what I think.
Yes. So that cost savings for the owners and the red flag raising of crowds, or maybe of analyzing the crowds at the games for security purposes. So those are both
Yeah,
really good
yeah,
points.
because the AI can decide it instead of you, which, let's say, the gates can be opened, because the AI see when the mass behavior are moving, so they analyze the possible risk that could happen in this sector of the stadium. So the AI can simply open, let's say, the evacuation doors automatically,
Mhm.
instead of what is doing right now by the people, right? So I
Right.
think
And
that
in real
it
time.
could, exactly, and I think that it could put the safety of any kind of. I saw the AI is already working in mountains. They build a digital twin. They simply scan the whole mountain, the ski resort, and the AI is manage everything right now. So the let's say the armats which produce the fake snow, they put
Mhm.
wherever there is a possibility to put more lights to different sectors of the of the of the ski slopes, etc. So it's happening everywhere, and it's happening so rapidly, when a lot of people simply got no clue how the world is changing right now. And this is what I was talking a couple days ago in Warsaw, on the biggest sports a venue, and I told them simply, guys, don't be afraid of new technologies, because if you will treat them as your enemy, you will be excluded as a club or
Mm.
federation.
Right. And a challenge can be an opportunity. So maybe some of the customer service reps roles would be made redundant with an AI real time response algorithm that is speaking with customers or fans. There could be new jobs that open as well. So that is a good point. Have no fear, just keep learning and participate. And again, because with AI, that is made by people and programmed by people. So the more that we're involved and engaged in this innovation, the better it is. And I had an idea, Michal, is that a few years ago in Georgia, there's the University of Georgia football team, and they were always beaten by the University of Alabama. Every year, I had a roommate that said, "This year, Georgia will make it. They will win." And I thought, oh, he might be crazy to think that Georgia could beat Alabama. What? And then I was corrected because, in fact, the University of Alabama lost to the University of Georgia. And the UGA were the championships winner of the league. And everyone was exalted in Georgia. They were so thrilled. And I saw the newspaper clipping was framed and hung with pride on the wall. So, this is the type of emotion I think that could be captured with digital twins. Let's say that portrait with the newspaper of the championship win could be framed and hung in your home. Well, you could have the certificate of authenticity in the NFT digital twin in the digital form. And then to go one step further, hang it up in your virtual world home as well. So, is that an example of something you're already working on or thinking of with Zetly?
Uh, Together with Transmira, uh, we launched a pilot program, and we are trying to invite one of the club who's going to build and create, let's say, the physical stadium and put it to the virtual world. Our solutions and our thinking how to, the to monetize the whole digital environment are huge. Like I said at the beginning, the technology simply gives the opportunity to at least double down the whole revenue stream, and the possibilities within the VR and AR with the geolocalizations are, I will say, unlimited. And this is the way how we going to, track the clubs, not just to show them, okay guys, let's build a digital twin because it's the new technology and everybody is used. No, we are trying to show them that you can simply build your whole business and put it to the virtual world, which allows you to, let's say, to reach the fans worldwide instead of the on your local fans. So you can organize beside the football, I mean, football games or basketball games, you can organize the virtual concerts. You can, I don't know, sell the virtual, I mean, spaces for your sports partners, for the sponsors. So it's a lot of opportunity, a lot of, I mean, use cases which you can be implemented in that particular, I mean, a technology which is provided by Transmira. Unfortunately, Robert is probably is missing our conversation tonight, but we are finishing right now the first episode. So I simply invite everybody to jump in on Transmira and Zetly YouTube in the shortly future. We are going to launch the first, I mean, a YouTube episode about the digital twin. So this is going to be, let's say, the kind of introduction, but later on we will dive deep and simply talk about all the particular things which are, I mean, which I needed to understand what digital twin is, how to implement it, what are the risks and challenges, how which technologies like supposed to be used, etc., etc. So jump in, guys, on our YouTube in closest future, and you will get everything about the digital twin.
Thank you. Yes. And that is Omniscape on YouTube. Transmira and Zetly present Real-World Sports Metaverse for fan engagement. I see one video already up, and then you're going to release a new episode this week, or when does
Uh,
that?
yeah, the first episodes probably will land on the YouTube beginning of next week. We are going to record second one in probably couple weeks. In couple weeks, we do have a schedule for 10 episodes for next 6 months. But the big thing is that in next coming episodes, we're going to have a very special world class guests, the digital managers from the major sports clubs, which is the Barcelona, FC Sevilla. We are going to have the ex-director of the biggest sports marketing agency in sport from Switzerland. So I think that the guests will bring the huge value to our episodes, because we will have a I don't know, some kind of very deep discussions about not just how to implement the digital twin, how to understand what it is, but simply we can talk about the business. So it's very good. It's going to be useful, in my opinion, for the decision makers, just to understand what it is. And it doesn't cost so much to put it, especially when you have a stadium which capacity 50, 60,000, and you charge, I don't know, 30 up to 40, 50 euro or US dollars for a ticket. So you can simply build a digital twin through, I don't know, couple games, I think. So it's up to them. But we understand that there is a huge lack of knowledge in the
Yes,
digital twin space, when we've been talking about it in World Football Summit last year in September in Sevilla. So that's why we come up with the idea to let's say to record the series, spread out all important topics and put it to the separate episodes. And that's it. I'm happy because BSV blockchain support this series, CoinGeek as well, Johan Cruyff Institute as well, a couple other partners. So I think that the series will reach, a huge audience, especially the decision makers, the marketing team, so they will understand it. So based on this, I see very bright future for the not just for the blockchain, but for all Web3 space, which is the digital twin, including the AI, the fun tokens, the collectibles, the memorabilia. I think that we are right now in the full swing. The normal people who are daily working and they are not involved in the blockchain like we are right now, they will be really, really surprised what's going to happen in the next couple of years. This is my opinion. This is my vision. When I see what happened last 2 years already, when the AI show up,
hmm,
and what happened already, how many tools, and I don't know, solutions you already have on the chat GPT-4 when you expand your plan from the regular one. So I was surprised, me, when I just upgrade my plan for chat GPT-4, and I just saw it that I can have, I don't know, hundreds of tools which are going to help me out, starting even from tokenomics. So when you are planning to design your tokenomics, finishing on creating images, presentations, analyzing, or simply coding your websites, everything is already there. So that's a bright future. I'm happy to be part of it with the Zetly. So we cannot wait until our platform will go live, and we will catch with Robert the first club to build
yeah,
the digital twin. Because right now I think that everybody a little bit afraid. They a little bit recognize the metaverse even, and as well as the digital twin as a computer game. And I was trying to explain them, guys, this is not a computer game. This is fully photorealistic environment. So let's imagine that if we will, I don't know, scan and put it to the virtual world, let's say one kind of gallery, or I don't know, any kind of special museum which is listed on UNESCO site. And when you will send your avatar and when you will connect it, you will have a fully experience that, hey, I was there, I recognize this place. So this
yeah,
place will not looks like a computer game,
hmm,
with all designs, etc. It's like fully photorealistic environment, and it
right.
could be implemented anywhere: airports, sports, museums, restaurants, anything. Like I said, so the future is going to look bright, and I think that a lot of things will happen in the next 2 years. So we'll see.
Thank you. Yes, that's very exciting. And Michal, what is the meaning for you in this work? Why do you do it?
What do you mean? If you can just the meaning of what?
Yes. Well, the meaning in your heart of why you're here and why you're working in this
Okay.
field.
The answer is very easy. I'm type of Viking. I'm type of Viking. We as the Vikings always fight for glory. We always fighters. We never surrender. So I'm trying to help. Now, actually, to be honest, you cannot change the world as an individual human species. You can simply, support or give it something to the others, which is coming from, my brain, and I have lots of ideas. When you are talking about the NFT gating and the digital wallet, I already designed 100 utilities for our major partner, and we are going to implement it with the first, NFT collection. So I'm kind of designer, kind of visionary, and I know what the fans needs, and I know what is the problem on the other side in the club industry, and I simply trying to connect the puzzles.
Wow. And it's an honor to speak with you and hear your vision today. And thank you for that. I do have a question for Kevin. Michal mentioned the tokenomics. So, do you have any coursework with the BSV Academy advising entrepreneurs on tokenomics, business models in this realm?
I don't think we do. I can't think of one. If Cress or Brett knows better than me. But I think right now the token ecosystem is there's several businesses that are competing to say that they have the best system. But as far as an overarching course on it, I don't think we have one. But Brett may correct me.
Yes, maybe it's emerging. Well, that is a whole new field that we can focus on and build as entrepreneurs nowadays with the utility of blockchain, of the BSV blockchain at scale for the world. We can then create these new tokenomics business models and, like Michal has demonstrated today, just extend the engagement that we can have as fans near and far in real time and even on demand. So it's very exciting. I'm grateful to the BSV Association for hosting us today or inviting me to host with our distinguished guests. You guys are super cool, and I'll be cheering you on all the way. And I wonder, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to greet the audience with and bid adieu?
I'd just say check out the webinars that we've already done and look forward to the next three that Zetly's going to do.
Excellent. Yes. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and we will be watching Michal and Transmira's upcoming episodes of their podcast, ready to drop next week. I'm following at Omniscape XR on YouTube, as well as you can search in YouTube with Zetly, Zetly, and then space Transmira, Transmira, and you will see a host of videos pop up there. Also, we'll look forward to consuming all of the webinars with the Cruff Institute, and we thank them as well for extending our knowledge in this leading edge arena. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Krez.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Michal.
Thank you so much for hosting me.
Yes. And oh, Michal, do you have any final thoughts to share?
Yeah, I think that we are standing in front of the mass adoptions and innovation, not just to sports industry, but to all other industries. And I think that the new technologies, including the AI, they are not just simply already the solutions, but they already becoming the fundamentals on which we have to build the future. And there is no excuse.
Yes, let's get to work and keep working with
Thank you so much.
joy. Yes. Well, thank you so much. And everyone, happy spring and hope you're having an excellent Thursday. We'll look forward to meeting with you again here on X Spaces BSV blockchain next Thursday at
Well, thank
noon.
you so much. Thank you so
Standard.
much. Actually, you guys caught me on the way to the airport, so I'm flying to Naples for a couple of days.
Ah, beautiful. Oh, you're going on spring break to Italy?
Actually, no, I'm just because, like I told you, I'm running the event agency. So during the weekends, I organize the events, and I have a group of 25 crazy guys who wanna, visit at Naples and join the join the join the game in Naples, which are going to happens this weekend. So, beside the fans, we will watch the games in Serie A in Italy, and we probably eat the best actually pizza because the best
Oh,
pizza comes from Naples.
oh, really? Oh, what are the flavors of the toppings on
ah,
Nepalese?
actually. Actually, I mean, the margarita, it's simply cheese, it's
Mm,
tomato sauce,
mm-hmm,
some kind of veggies, and that's it. It's all about
mm.
it's all about the cake, I think.
Yes, the way the dough is tended. Yes. Well, bon appetit. Enjoy.
Merci
And
beaucoup.
we'll look forward to hearing about your your travels and see some photos in the virtual world.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bon voyage. Happy travels.